Michael, pick a number 1 through 3.
27.
That's wrong.
No.
I failed again.
Okay. Well, good start. That's a failure. All right.
You know what?
Screw
I was never good at math.
Screw it. We're putting that's going to be the beginning of the podcast. So welcome to the podcast episode number 4 with learning math is hard.
You fail.
So this is where the podcast where we bring up some stupid questions. We give some stupid answers. I'm your host, Andrew, I think. Over there we got John, Kyle, and
Me.
I think.
Michael.
Yeah.
And we got it. Johnny, got to do it.
The Wiz.
It's gonna be on the Wiz.
I love it. Like John follows it up like the real morning show, and then you follow it up like you're on a porno.
Yeah.
So as normal, we
It's called wet work, people.
Oh no.
no ASMR. So
What?
No.
That
That was
Sounds like mac and cheese.
so.
was last podcast.
Our normal bit is that we start out with a kind of a topic that each of us has brought up to go over, and then we'll have a middle section. This time is actually going to be some trivia, and then at the end I have some audience questions. So we'll just kind of, I guess, get right into it. Other than John brought some, he always
food.
brings fish food. It's called night swim.
If you can't,
Yeah,
I can see it.
Camera can see
It's
it.
fish.
There it is. You should be able to
Fish in a
see
can.
this. It is a koi fish
mellow tropical flavors with hints of refreshing
on
citrus.
a can, and it just says
So do I-
night swim.
Do I poke a hole in it and then like dribble it in my mouth from
No.
above? To just get started, then John, what is your topic for today?
So after all of humanity dies and civilization crumbles to the ground
Let's
and there's
start
nothing
with-
left.
This is a normal conversation
Yeah,
for us, by the way.
We are
This is how we start up our. This is like when we reach each other at
Yes.
the bar.
I
It's
mean,
like,
I've been
hey,
planning
what's
this for a while about how I'll commit it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so after that all happens, what's the next species that's going to take over?
Sponges.
Sponges is going to start building airplanes?
Yes.
SpongeBob.
Yes.
I've seen
So wait,
SpongeBob
what-
SquarePants.
What are the
They will rise.
What are the qualifications for the apocalypse, though?
Everyone's gone. It's been long enough, it
Just
doesn't matter.
people
Oh,
in general.
Like they poofed? Like
It's
the
been long
rapture?
enough that it doesn't matter
Oh.
anymore.
Hmm.
It could be nukes, it could be a disease, it could be the robots killed us and they decided to leave the planet.
We all simultaneously tripped on rakes.
Yes, so many rakes.
The rakes.
Well, I mean, if we're not going funny shenanigans, it probably would be primates again, since there still are primates somewhere else in the world that probably wouldn't be dead.
Are
They wouldn't
there
be. They wouldn't be classified as humans in this purge.
Oh,
Are there enough of them left?
Well, it depends on what kind of apocalypse it is. You didn't
Well,
specify.
to me, there's two different answers to this. There's the one that would probably, and then there's the one that I would want.
Okay.
And to me, I would probably say like rats, just like because
Yep.
without anybody stopping them, that rats or ants. I mean, obviously with the lack of food supply, but the invasive species and stuff like the ants in America are crazy in some of the coasts because they're not meant to be here. But in terms of the ones that I would want, blobfish.
Yes.
Blobfish, good one.
If
Blobfish, they get little robot arms and they just walk around. They'll just walk up like, great.
I think at some point, just all of our pets would just become a collective.
The pet
Communism.
collective. The
Yeah, the
pet
pet collective.
communists.
I-
Kitty
It's like all the
communism.
humans are gone. What are we gonna do? I guess we're just gonna have to start up the canning factories again and give ourselves our own duck.
Hire
So
the
is
monkeys.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm imagining like a Rick and Morty.
2 legs
situation.
bad, 4 legs good.
Yeah.
first off, this sake is really good. Second,
Yeah, it
if
is.
I was to
Mm,
answer
mhm.
the question seriously,
That's
I would
really good.
chalk it up either between dolphins or elephants. Dolphins are
Elephants, I don't think so.
elephants can manipulate small things relatively well, and they're relatively intelligent. Dolphins are more intelligent, but they don't have the means of manipulating tools.
But like we're right now kind of, I would say, in the middle of what is a balance between big and small. Elephants are such an extreme that I think that they would have difficulty surviving.
well,
They would have to slim down. Species of
They need a
spe-
diet.
Well, species have done that where
Well,
they've actually
I don't
shrunk
think an
down,
elephant
though.
could build a 2-story building.
We're gonna
Yes,
leave,
it could.
we're gonna leave
What are you
behind
talking
them
about?
Big enough?
jazzercising.
No, big enough they could hold an elephant?
Well, not now, but they have to work their way towards that. We're talking about millennia here.
Okay.
But
Like
when
if no humans were here to shoot them, elephants would probably be pretty okay.
so we need tiny elephants.
lots of time.
We had tiny elephants.
Tiny
that couldn't take
elephants,
over for
tiny
people.
elephants.
dice.
Yes.
That's a
Inside
callback that nobody
joke
here
guy.
knows.
we have too many inside jokes.
Lots of inside
Um,
jokes.
Yeah, so yeah, I think that's definitely a two-parter. There's definitely ones that I would think would be real, and then other ones that would be.
Yeah. I like the rats though, because there was an entire like movie like genre where it was like
Escape.
the post-apocalypse, but then all it ended up being was like rodents who
Oh.
ended up ruling the world instead of us.
Yeah, I
I'm
played
talking-
Back in the 80s.
I played the game A Plague's Tale,
Yeah.
whatever. That game was
Mhm.
fantastic. And if those rats took over, good on them.
I'm just thinking Secret of
Lake
Nim.
Woody? Secret of Nim?
Nim, yeah.
But then they're just
Yeah.
people. Those were furries. They weren't rats.
They're not real people. They're furries.
Yeah, they were wearing clothes and stuff.
Wouldn't
We're
rats,
talking
if they,
real
like-
animals.
What, like, wouldn't they,
Once-
like, real... if anything becomes intelligent enough and builds a civilization, they immediately become ashamed of their bodies or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you need to
It's like
shave
a
off.
trade-off.
Yep.
You need to be skinny apes.
Start
Although
wearing
it could be
hats.
like what is that? What was the movie? Oh my god! It's the one where
Annie-
Five Goes West,
Oh, yes.
where all the rats did wear shorts, so they were ashamed of themselves.
Mhm.
Yep.
And they can wear no shirt and it's okay.
Self-conscious. Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Winnie the Pooh logic.
Yeah, but Winnie was you big pup bear.
Did
But
Piglet have clothes?
we know-
Did Piglet have clothes, or was
Yeah,
that
he had,
just?
No,
he had the striped red vest.
But
thing.
wasn't I thought that was his skin?
who was backwards?
It's a stuffed animal. It's all felt.
Yeah, it was
They're all
his skin.
backwards though,
What?
because they're wearing shirts and no pants.
Yeah.
They're doing a Michael.
Does Michael do that?
No, he just talks
He
about
won't
not
let
wearing
me.
pants.
Or he
No,
just not
I
wearing
hate pants. Pants are like my prison.
We'll put a deadlock on your door the day that you do that, and it's going to be from my side.
I mean, they're...
Michael will let you out of the room if you're wearing pants. Are you wearing them?
Wait, so
it depends on what time of day it is. There's a certain point where I may or may not all still be
4
wearing
no,
pants.
p.m.
they actually had an episode in like one of the new Mickey Mouse animated shows where Mickey and Donald were trying to buy a hot dog, but it was no shirt, no pants, no service. Donald had a shirt, Mickey had pants, and they had to figure out who was going to wear the complete outfit while the other one was naked.
That's pretty good.
That's
actually.
great. What is with that new series though? Like it's that specifically animated series, and it's actually done like with Disney's grace,
Yeah,
where
it's like 50s style animation.
yeah, but
It's all meta humor.
and it's all meta humor, but it's the one where the meme came from, where Minnie Mouse trips and then Mickey Mouse goes, da, 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 da. What happened? Then like the man who came up with all of those jokes in that animated series, and there's many episodes, like the fact that he got Disney to say okay on any of that is amazing to me.
I think that
some of them are deep.
I think
Like,
the
it's so good.
the generations that have grown up to appreciate a lot of that now are very different. I mean, now our generation makes up a large majority of that middle ground.
Yeah.
So now we're seeing our humor being catered to.
Well, they have
Yeah.
the joke where Goofy's looking at Minnie's apartment and he says to Mickey, "You know, that woman is smoking." What? Oh, that girl's on fire. What are you saying? No, look, her apartment's on fire. And that was the
Yeah.
premise of that
She's
episode.
Things like
dying in
that.
flames.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, that went too much of a tangent there. Okay,
That
yes.
was in 5 tangents. That was neat.
Yeah.
That one.
So Kyle, what was yours?
My tangent. Well, yeah, sure.
Kind of.
My question was, and I had thought this up because I was looking at something about turn signals the other day. There's a couple of videos on YouTube about turn signals, but it had to do with synchronization and if the computers inside the cars would ever allow a turn signal to actually become synchronized. So if you were to line up a bunch of cars, would there ever be a point in time where everything would be synchronized? And my question is, if there was something in the world that you wanted to synchronize, what would it be? Like completely, like harmonically synchronized,
Like all of something to be synchronized.
at the exact same time forever.
Oh, I know exactly.
Yeah.
Like I want to take a poop right before I take a shower, like every time, because that would make things so much simpler in my life.
Just
So-
your
but-
your body.
Yeah.
That wasn't necessarily the question, but I still like it.
I want
There is a certain harmony in that situation.
Yes, no, I can see
agree.
that. Just my body is shutting down right at 11 o'clock every night. That's when my body is telling me to go to sleep so that I can go to sleep at 11 o'clock every night.
This is like such
Yeah,
a
you know
future
what?
person issue,
No,
If-
modern issue.
You know, that would actually be probably the one I would want, is to have like a synchronized sleep schedule.
No.
Like,
No.
My thought was like, I don't even mean like specifically something that you guys want to have synchronized about yourselves, but if like there was like a thing out in the world like traffic lights, like what if all traffic lights were synced all the time?
some are, but not all of them.
But I'm terrified at the idea of synchronized sleep because you're just like out late with your friends. You look at the clock. It's like, oh no, it's 10:45. I gotta go. And then you're trying to race home. You're like, ah, it's 11 o'clock. You're on the highway and you're just spinning out because you're on the highway.
But the problem is everyone else is also synchronized on the same sleep schedule.
No.
So the traffic cameras, the news people are all asleep, of course, but the traffic cameras capture all the cars. Like
Just every night there's just
Now I'm
cars.
just imagining there are just
this
going to
is
be
madness.
bull horns in every corner. Just it is now 10:15. You have or
It's like the
10:45.
purge.
You've got 15 minutes before mandatory pass out time.
John had brought up about like the end of the world. We just discovered.
Oh,
what-
yeah, what it is.
Mandatory
So
pass out time.
You end up being this, and then there's the anti-sleep rebels, and they're like they're
just
they're
no
attacking all
skills.
all the communication towers that tell you when you're going to sleep because they think if they destroy it they can go to sleep, like V for Vendetta.
They're just trying to fight it with massive amounts of cocaine at like 10:59.
They're just drugging themselves to near death just to stay awake, and still they fall asleep.
Just high as could
Oh my
be
God.
and asleep.
they're just vibrating on the floor.
Oh god.
Spasming, and then they're spasming on the ground, and then they start snoring. But they keep spasming.
Before they went to sleep, they hooked up a bunch of electrodes to shock themselves to try to force them awake. So just like,
And there'd be one guy that just wasn't, and you'd be
Yeah.
standing up there and be like,
That's like
you can just rob
this
banks
is
and
another
stuff.
monkey's paw situation, I think, where like that would be definitely a monkey's paw bad thing. It's like I want to stay up forever, and then everyone else has to fall asleep at a certain time.
and you're all alone. You have no friends.
Time for crimes.
Time for crime.
Yeah, like you could
You
get
could
away with
barely do anything.
anything.
Yeah, all the police are asleep.
I would
Probably
eat
in their squad
so
cars.
much ice cream that I didn't pay for. It'd be
There
amazing.
would, there would be TV cameras all over the place, though,
It's delicious.
watching you take
Get the
ice cream.
Superman ice cream.
You or like you just right when before the clock hits, you just sit at the top of a slide, and then you just like, I guess I want to wake up at the bottom.
No, as Argo said, this is when the rats take over because everyone's asleep.
Mhm.
They would eat us.
Yes.
They probably would eat us. Yeah.
Yeah,
They could do it.
they
I think
would.
They could. Well,
Nothing to stop
Now
them.
the world ends. Your question ended the world, Kyle.
So did his.
his was after the end. You
Yeah.
created the end.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what's
His-
your question?
Actually, his question
what
was
precipitated the
Yeah.
end?
No, okay, so if the entire world was a simulation,
Because
As if
this
it's
feeling
not.
like it's
so
correct.
so this is I love this concept, and I think Game Theory had Austin do a video on Doki Doki Literature Club recently because that's a game that kind of covers that.
Science.
Yeah, the science. So and I like that concept, and so and the concept there was if the world was a simulation, and it is our world a simulation, and I know that there's stuff saying that by probability we are more likely a simulation than not, but my thought was, if we were a simulation, what was the one thing that you would say was the identifier for being able to point out that it was a simulation? So like in the Matrix when they had like the glitch or whatever. So for me, mine was Mark Zuckerberg.
Lizard Man.
Yeah, because apparently he was disconnected at some point.
Mhm.
But like
He came back though.
and-
He took that stake and he just came right back.
yeah, but then they create a social network that helps direct everybody's thinking. So we're just sucking some social experiment in there. That software is directing us there. And so he is the robot that they put in like beep boop, I'm human.
For me, the sign that it's a simulation is just the widespread prevalence of imposter syndrome.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
Every smart person on the planet thinks, yeah, everyone says I'm smart, but I don't think I'm smart. There's got to be something wrong because
Yeah, it's a huge thing.
yeah,
Everybody that the better you get at something, you
The
think you're no better than anybody else, because the way I've always seen it is the better you get at something, the easier it gets, and it's the complexity of something that makes you feel how good you are.
or the more you realize that it's just a simulation and you're not actually that good.
Mm.
Yeah, Michael.
No, I am awful at everything. But for me, yeah, for
Well,
me,
okay.
I'll tell you what it is. It's the platypus. Like, where'd that come from? Like, that doesn't make any sense. A mammal that lays eggs?
Yeah.
That's a glitch in the
No,
matrix.
it's a mammal that lays eggs, can see electricity, and is poisonous.
Yes, that makes no sense.
I think
Where'd
that
that
No,
come
it was
from?
like they had leftovers of all the different things, and they're just like, "Let's shove it in that thing."
I still love how they, in the British High Society or Scientific Society, said, "Yeah, that thing's fake. Someone just stitched it together," and they kept saying that until someone sent them a live one, and then their response was, "How did you stitch together a live animal?"
Like, this should not exist.
No.
This is a glitch in the system.
You got Dr.
British
Moreau over there.
yeah, British society is like this can't possibly be a thing. It's not real. And then the person's just like, no, it's real. And you literally find, catch, and send them a live one. They're just like,
Nope.
no.
if I got
but like the stitches, they're invisible. How does this happen?
like, if somebody was to send me a taxidermy platypus and a taxidermy jackalope and ask me which one of these is real, I'd be like, the bunny with antlers, clearly.
Yeah. I mean,
It lays eggs.
antlers makes sense though. For a small mammal, maybe not so much, but like an antlered rabbit, they're definitely not an aggressive rabbit in general. Sounds terrifying.
Aggressive rabbit.
Yeah.
That's actually, we just played Dead by Daylight yesterday, and that's
Yeah.
kind of actually what we dealt with.
Actually, that's
Um,
true.
Yeah.
so that was creepy. But
I'm a
Kyle, do
big,
you have
strong woman?
an idea of what would be your sign?
I would have to say that the fact that you feel like you have premonitions to things that happen.
Deja vu.
Deja vu,
You're just
basically.
going in the
Yeah.
Matrix.
But it's not just deja vu. It's the fact that you sometimes 100% calculate out just at random something that will happen, and then immediately, and then this even works into synchronization. Like I texted you one day, I was like, "You want to grab Chinese food?" And like you were texting.
I was in the middle of texting you.
like
literally, I had to delete the message and retype a response.
like is that a coincidence or is that a simulation?
That's-
Just getting a little bit
no,
too close
it
to
was-
each other.
That's
No,
you
there-
guys doing that all the time.
no, that's
That's
it was-
dinner time.
we were having a
Yes.
conversation
It's
on
because it's dinner.
we were having a conversation on Discord, and Chinese food is
Yep.
brought up, and so we both had the same thought, and we were
At the
like,
same
it's
time.
an easy night for it. So, no, one of the actual good reasons I think was interesting for the simulation thing is like they were saying any simulation would require some kind of processing, which means that it takes time for something to propagate, and therefore you would have to see a limit to certain things.
Mhm.
And so there's a limit to how small we can see. There's a limit to how fast things can move, to where nothing can do that, and to where those limitations show that there's potentially a processing limit, which I see some holes in that originally, but it kind of is a cool thought
Well,
experiment.
so far as we know, that even time itself is a known quantifiable like matrix for a simulation.
Yeah, it's to me, all those are thought experiments. And to me, I mean, that's actually what we do a lot. John's favorite thing is thought experiments.
Yeah.
So I love
They're
those
cheap.
because it's it's like
Cheap.
I've thunk once.
I got a coupon for thought experiment. Coupon.
Who gave that out? Elon Musk? They give you a coupon?
No.
Walmart.
Walmart sells thought
Walmart.
experiments.
I don't think
Yes.
Walmart sells thought
They
experiments.
sell everything. They got coffins, man. Go
Well,
on the
for-
website.
Not here.
You can go
on
ahead.
their website.
You can have your thought experiment. in a
I
coffin.
don't want a coffin on the Walmart website.
What's your Walmart?
No, they
coffin?
do.
It's made out of quarter lead and eighth uranium.
No, it's the pallet that their stuff came in, and they just rebranded it.
It's all the.
It's
It's all.
just shitty 2x4 with lots of gaps in it. It's
Yeah.
like an old Western coffin.
I think this one on the side, it's purple, says number 7 toys. It's like, yeah, it's from the Mattel. The
Yeah,
Mattel
It's
brand.
not even
Yes.
coffin shaped. It's just literally a box.
Now the best thing about this coffin is it really breathes. That's what you want in a coffin.
No, you don't want to have breathing in a coffin. That means you're not dead.
This one is a
Wow.
twofer. It's already got a corpse in it. You just shove another one in there. Save 50%.
A dual burial, 50% off.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no.
Refurbished.
Yes.
Dug up just last week.
It was only used once by a little old lady who only used it to go to church.
Yeah, she had a 10-year lease.
we reupholstered the outside and put her back.
For
Or
whatever,
reupholstered the inside and
for
put her
whatever
back.
reason, she didn't keep up on her payments.
The lease on her grave lapsed because she was dead.
Yeah, we can't have these deadbeats in our funerals or our graveyards anymore.
Oh my god, that is a horrible hell future that we're steadily marching towards.
We are. All right. Well, with that, Michael, what is your question you came up with an hour ago?
Yeah, pretty much. Just earlier today, I went back and forth on how to ask the question, but then I drank a bunch of booze. So, do you all think the toys from Toy Story wanted to murder Andy? Like at any point?
To murder Andy?
No.
There needs context.
It's complete Stockholm.
No, that makes no sense.
No, it's
Murdering
not.
Sid.
No, Sid was a
let
good
him-
guy.
Let him finish.
Sid was just a creative soul. He didn't know those little bastard toys were alive.
Wait, I
didn't.
think he's projecting.
Was he? Are you telling me that Sid was an artist?
He was an
I
artist.
watched Toy Story 1.
Yeah, he was tearing toys apart, putting them together, made like a little Tinker Toy robot spider. That's cool. He didn't know they were living.
I mean, you're not wrong, but also at the same time,
Well, this is coming from
yeah,
something.
actually,
This is coming from Andy, who has all the toys he ever wanted.
Yeah.
And Sid, who had to steal other people's toys. This sounds like a very Michael projection.
Yeah.
But as far as Andy was concerned, if I was a toy forced to just sit perfectly still anytime he was in the room, never move, stay perfectly still, I would think, if I only strangled him in my sleep,
Wait.
I would be free to
you
move
wouldn't be
as I
strong enough,
please.
though.
No, I'm just imagining the toy phone just slowly wrapping the cord around his throat while the sock monkey just
I feel like
muffles
I need,
his scream.
This is something so specific.
I need to watch the stream camera more
Yeah,
often because you
'cause
just
that's a
described you
weird
during
one.
stream.
Yeah.
You sit there
That's
perfectly
so
still.
fucking strange.
No, like the toys, they would have complete freedom. They just put Andy away.
Are you
No,
telling
if
me?
they
who
put
feeds them?
if they put Andy
Are you
away,
telling me
yeah.
that toys in general would turn genocidal to make sure they could never have to go to sleep ever again?
Yes. They would be free.
Oh my god!
If all the people were dead.
They're synchronized.
If they only, they could always make it look like a suicide because he would just look like he strangled himself with the toy phone cord.
yeah, but they'd have
No
to
one
kill
would
all
ever-
people at the same time.
They'd never
Because
suspect
if
the
they
toys.
if
They
they
would never
only
suspect
kill
the toys.
Andy, then they immediately go in the shredder or in the furnace or whatever it is in Toy Story 3.
Both.
That's not necessarily true.
Well, my concern is that the only reason they even don't move is because they're terrified that if they showed sentience, the people would dissect them or destroy them out of fear.
They've
So
been
it's-
dissected already. It doesn't kill them.
They need to. They got to kill the people before the people kill them.
They can't die.
Well, they can burn up.
They can burn up, but they can't die.
You took literally
even more
Yes,
entire
it is.
four entire feature films about love, family, and relationship, and turned it into a power struggle between small toys and their overlords.
They'll never be free to move on their own unless all the humans are dead.
I'm just imagining Michael applying the same logic to The Sound of Music. You know, if those Van Trapp kids just killed their dad, they wouldn't have to have such a tyrant organizing their lives.
Oh my god!
You know, The Sound of Music's a horror film, right? The hills, the hills are alive.
They
man.
beat
They're
them
alive.
with music.
They
They're
beat
coming for
Nazis.
The grass is playing again.
The hills are coming.
Oh my god! The hills have eyes.
Mm.
The hills
I just-
have eyes.
Have you ever seen the movie Toy Soldiers?
Yes.
Like that. By the way, if you've never seen the movie Toy Soldiers, you have to watch it. You have to watch maybe only an eighth of the movie, but it's fantastic as an adult. It's hilarious.
I think that was actually, it was an early 3D movie, but the fact that they were toys allowed them to cheapen the graphics a little
Most of them were actually not 3D.
Oh, yeah,
they
no, they
were they were
Practical.
propped image.
You know,
they
they-
were propped in.
It was
so.
actually, it visually
Mhm.
was pretty good, but there was definitely some moments that made me go, who wrote that?
There was an entire section where they played a Vietnam era war song, anti-war song, over the toys, shooting flaming saw blades out of toasters at children.
Yep.
What do you want other than that in a
See,
feature film?
This is,
I don't know.
This is Michael's dream.
Yes, that's exactly what he's talking about. Rising up against the human overlords.
long
Except
as-
they don't give a shit.
As long
Except
as the
half the
toys
toys
can
were.
continue to convince people that they're not alive, they can take them out. one at a time.
Maybe they're just they're more patient than we are because they live forever.
There's just a bunch of jacks and pickup sticks lodged in somebody's esophagus. They're like, how did that happen?
I know people looking can't see it, but there is a Griffin toy over there plotting our murders right now.
So
Probably.
is a jack a toy?
It's true.
One jack.
Jack?
I don't see how it could be sentient though.
What? How can a plastic Woody figurine?
What
be
do you
sentient?
determine a toy
Like-
then? Is a
No,
jack
I'm
a
not
toy
saying-
or is a Woody?
Is a ball a toy?
Well, now I'm just imagining the jacks becoming sentient and lodging themselves in people's throats as they sleep.
So
this is the imagination you
Is
give me.
each jack a toy?
Individually? Yeah, I would
So
say so.
each Caltrops or how do Legos fit into Toy Story?
Oh no!
Oh.
That
That's
that
actually
is a
true,
question.
though. Only completed do
Glitter?
they gain sentience.
Is glitter
But
alive?
once you merge
not.
them into other things and you turn a Lego, and,
They're a hive mind.
yeah, like if you take a Lego, and then
Legos are a
mer-
hive mind.
if you take a Lego set and then build the Lego sets, they become sentient. But as soon as you start mixing the pieces, they become mad.
Well, that's what Sid did. Sid started
Yeah.
mixing toys.
Yeah.
So at
Yeah.
what point was one toy becoming another?
what part did the toys become literally mad by the separate consciousnesses
I think-
fighting with each other?
Like a
all
baby
toys have a single consciousness, and they only express a certain part of that based on what part is combined with another.
Mm.
They are like the greatest chimera.
Just imagining Legos laying themselves out on the floor in the great human toy bat wars of the future.
No, that's horrible.
no. Yes, it's like
I
so
can
many
never leave
soldiers
my house.
lost.
I'll get DoorDash. Wait, they can't get in.
It's too many Legos.
Now I'm just
Too many Legos.
now I'm just imagining army boots just lined up, but filled with Legos. So as soon as you put your foot in, it's,
Brimming with
oh,
Legos.
They
God,
snuck in. Infiltrators.
there's a Lego in my boot.
Oh my god.
All right. So with that, that'll probably mark the end of the question section. So next, I wanted to get into some trivia, and because I've been trying to find a way to do a game on here. So what we're gonna play is something I was calling 2-second trivia. So it's gonna be trivia, but you have to answer fast. So we're gonna go around. I have a bunch of the questions, and the idea is if you do not answer the question, it's 0 points. If you answer the question correctly, it's 2 points. If you answer the question at all, no matter what you say, it's 1 point. So thinking too much could net you nothing.
So first answer is your answer.
I'm gonna mess up the first 3 times, just letting you know ahead
No,
of time.
that's what I'm saying is you can do whatever you want on it. So and I have 3 different levels of questions. I'm going to go around 3 times. And there's like 2 or I think it's 3 to 4 questions per
I'm
round.
still stuck on the rules. So like if you shout out Fran Drescher, oh wait, no, it's celery. And if the answer is celery, do you get 2 points or 1?
Can I
No,
start
you
with
have
100 points?
You have 2 seconds. So if you can yell out both of those in 2 seconds, at least one of them.
Okay, so as many answers as you can yell out in 2 seconds.
What does he provide that?
We're gonna go with whatever your last one was.
Oh.
I mean, if you're a speed talker, like freaking like scat man over here. And so to determine that, so I have a little button here. So when you hear a noise that's a little ding,
You're already lost.
that means that is 2 seconds have passed, and therefore whatever is the one beforehand. So this is a complete experiment because I have not actually done this before. I have my
Wow.
questions here. It was
You
easier
got like
on.
a tablet.
Yeah, I have my
Oh
tablet
my
here.
God.
Yeah,
So
and Michael can see the answers.
No, he can see. I put each per page, so he can't see his questions until I turn
I'm
to
already
him.
intimidated by the tablet. Like this is beyond
The
me
tablet
already.
judges you.
It
Yeah.
does.
Is there
So-
like a lid on that?
Yeah, I do. It's on my bed. It's a
Oh,
keyboard.
that's a keyboard, but no, there's a seam around the.
Oh, he's right.
Oh no, it's actually because it's got like a cooling thing. It's a surface. So
Oh.
okay, so we're gonna start with John over here, and again we're gonna be starting with the easy questions. And John already has an advantage because he's like a trivia expert. So
I drink and I know things.
okay,
Mm-hmm.
so and also we're gonna take time in between each question because depending on what the answer is, it could be stupid. So, John, and it's going to be whenever I finish the question, or hit the button, whatever, we'll figure it out. So, John, your first question, what was the first Disney animated film based on the life of a real person?
Steamboat Willie.
Steamboat Willie.
It's an answer.
Go. Wait a minute. Like what?
Well, you got the first part.
What?
Go.
Steam?
He was a saint.
Saint Pete. That was a takedown piece about Pete.
Yes.
Waltz really hated Pete for some reason. No one knows why.
I mean, you had the mouse torturing all
Alright.
those animals.
Yeah.
Oh
That
my god.
plague-infested vermin torturing that poor cat. He was just trying to do his job.
All right, so Don gets a point. So question number 2. In the United Kingdom, what is the day after Christmas known as?
Boxing Day.
Yeah, you got that one.
Boxing Day?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know that because Declan.
It's basically I didn't want that present. I'm gonna rebox it.
No, I didn't want that present. Let's give it to the servants.
Kind of. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yes.
Essentially what
Oh,
it is.
I thought you meant like
No, I thought
No.
no, that's
No.
you're American. That's what you think. No, so in Canada it does it too, I believe.
Yeah. It's
All right.
essentially giving the servants stuff they don't want.
And then
That's how it started.
And sales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sales now.
and John, your last question. So there's just 3 in the easy section. What gas makes soda bubbly?
Carbon dioxide.
Yep, that's it. So okay, so that means you get 5 points.
All right.
Yeah.
You're
How
gonna just
dare.
remember it because I'm lazy. Okay. So Kyle, your turn.
okay.
You ready? No, okay.
Wait, before we move on, what was the correct answer?
Oh, it was.
I think I know.
It
Because I
was-
don't think I got
Can
that
I
right
guess?
because I only got
No,
5 points.
Can I guess?
You were looking at the screen.
I haven't been looking at the screen. Was it Pocahontas?
Yes, it was.
Ah.
I'm not going to trust him though because he was looking at the
I
screen.
was not looking at the screen.
Yep, yeah, you freaking liar.
I'm not a liar.
Okay. So Kyle, your first question.
Mhm.
Botany is the scientific study of what?
Plants.
Yep, you got the first one. Good. I wish I could. Oh, I guess I can cancel that, but it's going to go
You
with the
can't
thing.
cancel. Yeah, you should be able to.
All right.
cancel.
So that is 2 points for you. Your second question. What did the crocodile swallow in Peter Pan?
He swallowed a hook.
No.
No.
No?
No.
He swallowed a hand.
No, an
No,
alarm
it was
clock.
a clock.
Oh no, you're
Well, I
And,
always tick.
He
Well,
did swallow a hand.
He
though.
did swallow
You're
a
right.
hand.
Well,
That's right.
because
he
Both
didn't
are
swallow a
right.
hook.
He put the
He
hook.
did not the hook.
See,
though.
I thought Captain's hook hand.
Captain's hook sounds like a porno.
He swallowed part of a hook.
Yes, he swallowed a clock and a hand. Both would have been acceptable answers, but not a hook.
No, not
A clock hand.
Did he not? I guess he didn't. He
Didn't-
tried to eat his. See, like I imagined, like the hook being hooked into his mouth.
All
I
right,
didn't see
so
about that.
so you got 3 points so far. So the third question: what is the 7th planet orbiting our sun?
It is Uranus.
Uranus.
Wait, now? Because
I
Uranus
wanted
and
to say
Neptune.
Neptune.
kinda
I wanted to
split.
say Neptune so bad.
And traditionally, it's Uranus. And it's also the biggest hole
Uranus.
in the solar system too. So
No,
good.
it is.
So
okay.
Disney questions have been our downfall.
Well, actually, I just went and
Mm.
looked at like a 250 question thing, and then I found all the ones that left it open ended.
Okay.
So, all right. So, Michael,
I don't know.
How
don't
well do
know.
you know Disney?
I drink and I don't know things.
okay. So, Michael, your first question: what is the lowest army rank of a U.S. soldier?
Private.
Yeah, you got that one. I stopped the bing. All right, so you got 2 points. It's question number 2. What does a Scoville unit measure?
Temperature. No, that's wrong.
No, it's wrong. It's
Heat.
spiciness.
Spiciness.
Temperatures, I guess you could kind of consider.
He's
it
not
heat.
wrong.
If you
wrong.
had said-
he's
Half a
kind of. He's
Yeah,
mostly
you had
wrong.
one
No,
and
you
a
get
half.
one.
No,
You
if
give
you
an
had-
answer.
I want a half a point.
If you had said
you get a half a point rounding down to 0.
if you had
Oh.
said heat, that would have been
Yeah, actually,
correct.
or it would have been disputable. So,
I could
well,
argue that one, yeah.
so right now you're at 3. So you're sticking with the average. What type of music has been shown to help plants grow better and faster?
Classical.
Yeah. So there we go. You are all at 5.
That is actually a really interesting topic, though. The whole classical music and plants,
I was
Yeah,
hoping
because
you
it
can
makes
say-
no goddamn sense.
No, it's
But correlation does not equal causation.
it's probably not the music itself. It's
No.
probably what like certain types of notes like that. Probably like strong hits.
It's probably frequency.
yeah.
Not a lot of other music has strings other than country.
Elongated strings, no.
Well, like a guitar is a string instrument.
Well, a fiddle
It's
is
not the
different
same.
from a violin, and a guitar
is it though?
Yes.
it's a different style of music.
It's a different style of music, same instrument.
Yeah.
No.
Wait, a fiddle and a violin?
They're
A
the same
fiddle and a
instrument.
violin are not the same instrument.
No, I think
Mm.
I think it's two different names for the
well, you could
same
say
thing.
are
A
a fiddle.
viola and a violin aren't even the same instrument.
That's because they're two different shapes. A bass and a violin are two different instruments.
Yes.
Well, one that I will say is different, but all right. Well, so now we're getting on to the medium difficulty.
Mm.
Except for John, I made them put out some of the harder ones, but I have no idea where his stuff comes from. So, all right. So, John, there's 4 questions for this section. So, John, question number 1: what is the tiny piece at the end of a shoelace called?
Steamboat Willie.
I know this one actually. I do know this one.
Is it task?
It's called an aglet.
Yep,
Yeah.
it is. And I probably because you played Terraria.
It was.
It is not called a no.
It was
Yeah,
going
it
to
doesn't
take
play
longer than
Terraria.
2 seconds for me to
What?
remember.
Where
That's one of those
You have
weird
heard
things that you
that.
just know because you thought of it.
All right. So, John got an extra point on that one.
Yes.
Steamboat Willie.
Question number 2: where is the Sea of Tranquility located?
On the moon.
It is on the moon, so you get 2 more points
I
on
would have
that.
said your mom.
That one I thought was going to be a tricky one.
Easy.
But
That's
question
where
number
the-
3:
oh,
what is the name of the group of men who elect a pope?
The Cardinal Congress.
Cardinal Congress.
Okay, so the correct answer is College of Cardinals.
The Cardinal Congress is
It's close.
It is
it's
not.
It's college versus Congress.
I feel like if you just said the Cardinals, you would still be correct.
No, the best
Yes,
part about that was him
Cardinal.
saying Cardinal.
I think I would just say if you just said the Cardinals, that would be correct because the Cardinals are the
Oh my
ones.
God.
the Cardinals are a baseball team.
So-
when a baseball team elects the Pope.
Yes.
So in America,
Sometimes.
we have Republicans, Democrats, and Cardinals.
Yes.
Oh my God. No, that's Italy. Italy has water, over water, and then Cardinals.
All right, so that gives you a total of 4 points so far. So for the 4th question, last one for you, who invented scissors?
Steamboat Willie.
Wow, what? I would have no idea. Scissor Man. Oh, no,
It's always
Johnny Depp.
Willie. There you go.
Kyle gets a point. No,
Vincent Price.
No, it's,
Vincent Price.
No, it's Leonardo da Vinci.
Snip.
Leonardo da Vinci, really?
Yeah. Well,
That makes sense, though.
at least that's what the random location that I looked on the internet told me.
Hin snips.
So
Must be
that
right.
makes so John, you have points. You got one, so that's
That's 5.
10.
He said something every single
Yeah,
time.
you got 10 points.
5 plus 5.
Everybody said something. So, all right, Kyle, you ready?
Mhm.
All right. Question number 1: which house did Harry Potter belong to?
He belonged to the Hogwarts school.
What
It's Gryffindor,
What
but I wanted to say Hufflepuff really
was
fucking bad.
wrong.
What school do you go to? America.
Why was that one so hard for my brain to work out?
I don't know.
I knew that would be a good one for you because it was nerdy in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
the correct answer is Gryffindor.
It was, yes, I'm aware.
1 point.
for
not
for
Gryffindor.
Hogwarts land.
50 points off.
Hogwarts State.
House.
1,000 points to Gryffindor. Slytherin, suck a dick.
All right. Question number 2, Kyle. Fissures, vents, and plugs are also associated with which geological feature?
Volcanoes.
Yes, they are.
Oh, those plugs.
Oh,
I
those
was
plugs.
hoping that plugs would catch you. All right. So question number 3: the tuba is the largest member of which musical family?
Brass family.
I
Brass
didn't,
instruments.
I didn't hit the button yet, so we're just gonna can't. No.
It's the brass
Okay.
instruments family.
I would've-
That's
it.
it.
I
That's an
would've-
invalid ding right there. Invalid ding.
I mean, I would have said wind instruments. I feel like that
That's
would
definitely not. A wind instrument requires a reed.
Yeah.
And then Kyle, your 4th question: which is the main substance used to make a crayon?
Wax.
Yeah, okay. So you got
Kyle wins. Oh,
seven,
wait.
you got 7 points on that.
give John over there like the Sea of Tranquility.
No,
Kyle
on the
gets,
moon.
What are crowns made of?
just wait. The
Harry Potter
It's
questions.
right, though. It's true, though.
last round is going to be interesting. So,
Hmm.
Michael,
Oh.
first question for you: what book famously started with "Call Me Ishmael"?
Moby Dick.
Oh,
Yeah.
he got it.
I gave that to him because I thought he was going to get it wrong.
The wind in the willows.
Or he's going to say something stupid.
Harry
so-
Potter.
All right. What are you doing?
I don't know.
Oh, you're trying to see. Okay.
He's trying
So
to
question number 2:
He's cheating.
Yeah.
In which
Stop trying to hug him.
in which city was Anne Frank's hiding place? You get
0
nothing.
points. It was in Poland.
You could have said anything, Michael.
No, I know.
Okay.
I was legitimately trying to think.
The strategy on
Wars-
this is if you can't think of it right away, just say something.
Yes.
Steamboat Willie.
Oh, right.
Steamboat
It's
Willie.
Warsaw.
Question
No.
number 3. What was the predecessor to the United Nations?
Somebody.
Somebody?
That was after the ding.
I know.
Well, no, he started it right before the
I know.
ding,
I know.
so-
It was
This is 2-second questions, not 2-minute trivia.
whatever.
It's the League of
somebody.
Nations.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So number 3.
Yes.
Who wrote The Great Gatsby?
I have no freaking idea.
That's because you're from Kentucky.
That is an answer.
Well, I don't know if that's an answer.
That's an answer.
I know.
I don't know. It's an answer.
No, it's
We'll
not.
give it, okay, no, what? We'll give it to him one time.
Technically, it's an
Okay.
answer.
Should have
It was-
answered
it
Steamboat
was-
Willie.
F. Scott Fitzgerald.
Fitzgerald.
Yep.
I would not have gotten that one.
And
correct.
apparently, yes,
I
was
should have. Why
wrong
can't I
about
get
Anne
answers?
Frank.
Questions about crowns.
What would you?
I would have
oh,
said.
Amsterdam,
I would have said. Mike
Yeah,
Rowe.
I said
Mike
Warsaw,
Rowe.
and that
Mhm.
yeah,
I would have said Mike Rowe. for the last one.
Amsterdam is not in Poland.
All right, John. So this is the hard questions.
Okay.
So this, I better not hear Steamboat Willie.
Wait, do I? Okay, I've got a backup.
Oh god.
All right. So, question number 1: which bone are babies born without?
Fran Drescher.
Fran Dresser?
That was my backup for Steamboat Willie.
You were
You
gonna-
started to say Steam, but you went with Fran Dresser.
Fran Drescher.
She's steamy.
Okay.
She's got gears in her hat.
Isn't it the coxal bone?
Coccyx?
no, the
No, that's a-
kneecap.
That's a tail.
Babies don't have kneecaps.
Babies don't
There
have
you go.
kneecaps.
Is that a
See,
bone,
That is
though?
correct. Yes.
If you hit him in the back of the knee with a pipe,
See,
it'll
I-
mess
see,
them
like,
up.
some of these questions I definitely
Don't hit
know,
babies
but I
with
have never
pipes.
thought of in like.
I know.
years and
Tell
years
that
and
to
years.
Tara. I was almost going to say Tara Strong.
Tara Strong.
Strong.
Don't
No.
hit babies with pipes, Tara Strong.
No, when I was looking through these questions, I was looking for ones that you might
Tanya.
kind of know,
Mhm.
but because I want you to get tripped up.
Yeah.
So, although this one, I'm pretty sure you just don't
The
know.
internet has taught us many things, and we've forgotten many things.
All right. So, question number 2: in medieval England, what was used as currency specifically for rental agreements?
The fig.
No.
Oh, Yeah.
He's hungry. It's eels.
yeah.
Eels?
That makes sense.
I
They're
probably
delicious.
should look up why
They
they're
made
eels.
pies out of eels.
Yeah,
Oh,
eel's
what?
big.
Yeah, eel
eel is
pelts.
big
No.
over there.
Eel? Did you just say eel pelts?
Yeah. Do you know what a young eel
That's
is?
not a real thing.
Do you know what young eel is
No.
called? It's an elver.
See, that's not in the
See,
question.
that wasn't the
Elver
question.
is the name for a young eel. Eels are just weird.
Okay.
and tasty.
And money, apparently.
Yeah, apparently for rental agreements. That's what it's not rental contracts. It's just like, hey, you want to
that's
stay
like
here?
me going to the creek and like grabbing like a sunny out of the creek and going like, this is a good down payment for my house.
Yeah, I want to live here. But I want to live here, but that window is broken, so I'm only going to give you 3 eels.
Where do you get them? Do you go to the bank?
Down by the river.
The bank? The bank has a big
Yeah,
old tank.
the
The
bank
bank
of the
has
river.
an eel vault.
Bank of the river.
All right.
At
so
the Thames.
Bank of the river.
Can all my questions be about 80s cartoons?
no,
Oh.
no, yours I think are extra fun. So, anyways,
Are they all Minnesota questions?
actually that would have been great. I'd be like, hey y'all. So, all right.
No. What? In the game Duck Duck, what is the last?
It's wrong.
There are 4
That was right.
lights. There are 4 lights.
No Star Trek question.
I get it.
He'll just
All
go
right.
to his grave with that.
So, all right, John, your question number 3. What did the first vending machine dispense?
Tampons.
Oh, I know. I actually know.
no, John. No.
They are a needed commodity.
I did not look, and I think I know the answer to this.
It's not underpants.
holy water.
I'm gonna say, oh my god, no. The two
It's
times
not
you've gotten this,
holy
it
water.
was holy water.
What?
No,
Yeah.
that's what he's cheating.
I did not. I swear.
You're looking in this direction.
I saw that. I heard
We can
that
see
on
on the
NPR.
camera. They know.
Instant
if you
replay.
cheated or not.
Okay.
Yeah, I can watch that later.
Fine, you can watch it. I did not look.
I'm not going to, but
Wait, so I said tampons and Michael said
You'll be
holy
the
water?
judge.
yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
But yeah, but you get the points. He gets nothing.
You get a,
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yes.
I knew that one though.
All right.
But how?
NPR.
He read the screen.
NPR.
No, not how you knew.
What?
How dispense holy water from $1.50 machine?
No, it was like just like an ancient Greece or something.
I'm thinking of like one of those like hand sanitizer things. You just go like holy
devil-
water. Just
The devil be gone.
All right, John. Question number 4 for you. Oh, I gotta get my finger ready. Who preceded Fidel Castro as a political leader of Cuba?
The record button.
All I know
You're
is
just looking around the
Yes.
room.
The record button.
You should have just
You
said
freaking communist.
Jose Sanchez.
all I know is it was his brother, but I don't remember his name.
What, Raul? No, he
Oh,
followed
no.
him.
it wasn't him.
You know what? How about you tell me? Because you know you don't read my tablet.
Well, I wasn't reading your tablet. I can't pronounce that name.
Yeah, I can't. It's Fulgencio Batista.
Oh, Batista. Yeah, yeah.
Isn't he a wrestler?
No, Batista. The
No, the
Batista
Batista
regime
is
was the
that's
one that
different.
we. Yeah,
You are correct, but not all.
those
way
were the
correct.
people that we wanted to rule Cuba.
Mm.
Yes.
They
The
let
wrestlers?
us. No, the Batistas does. They let us have casinos and
Mm.
hotels. Haven't you seen The Godfather 2?
No.
Michael
No.
hasn't, but Kyle, I thought you knew American history.
All American
Okay,
history can be
to be
blurred
perfectly honest,
through the
that's
Godfather
Italian
movies.
American history, and I'm
Wow.
Polish.
Has there been a Polish American movie other than All in the Family?
All in the
Mm.
Family was a. I don't know.
Yeah, Meathead. He was a Polak.
I did not know that.
All I've seen is
You do not know your 70s sitcoms, Michael.
I didn't watch that one as much.
You're the meathead.
So how many? I have no.
Stifle it.
You better hurry up, Argo.
I have no idea how many points people have gotten at this point. So we're
You're
just
one
going to
of the
go
good
with
ones.
I know.
John got some. Okay,
I got all the points. Well, half.
something like
Half
that.
the points.
So Kyle, your first question: how many ribs are in a human body?
16.
You at least picked an even number. That's good.
No, it's
He's like,
odd in
one,
that
two.
because of the Bible.
Just because of what?
Because of the Bible.
It just removes the rib.
No,
The
it
grace of
is.
God.
It is
Well,
24.
Bibble.
But no, that was actually a pretty good. That to me, 24 seems like a lot. Are you counting or are you?
You're in.
He's like, I'm
They
not
don't go
so
that
sure.
low, Michael.
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 Oh, sorry. Kyle was doing something wrong, so I thought it was Michael.
Wow.
That's not the one I
That's
wanted.
mean.
Anyway,
It
all
worked.
right. So the second question, Kyle. Where I gotta get my finger on the right button there. Where were the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, and the Bill of Rights stored during World War II?
The White House.
No.
America.
I should have said it. That was
You
a better
should have
answer.
said
Yeah.
America.
You
No.
should have gone to
America.
the world. The terrestrial
Riz.
Earth.
No, it's Fort Knox.
Fort
Makes
Knox?
Which makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. But like, could you imagine like sending the Declaration of Independence on a spaceship into low Earth orbit to protect it from the
In the
Nazis?
40s?
Yeah, and the Nazis.
No.
They didn't have space rockets in the 40s.
No, they had rockets in the 40s, but they went boom.
The only reason they were secure in Fort
We're gonna
Knox
destroy it.
was because nobody would ever bother to invade Kentucky. There's like nothing of value
But
there.
that's where
Gold.
the gold
Nobody.
is.
Yeah, but you have to go
Gold.
into Kentucky to get it. It's
Yeah.
not worth it.
It's not worth it.
All right. So Kyle, question number 3. Power outages in the US are mostly caused by what?
Freak animal accidents.
Trees.
Why do you keep answering, John?
Because I want to be right.
No.
It's
true.
not trees. It's
You-
probably incompetence.
You didn't get it right, but you actually were kind of right, Kyle. Squirrels.
Oh,
Mm.
well, no, I'm going to give myself 2 points.
You know what?
2
I
points.
On
stopped.
that one.
I stopped paying attention, so that's fine. So, all right,
Yeah.
we're gonna give you like a number. All right. So, question number 4: what do you call a phyllo pastry stuffed with chopped nuts, honey, or syrup?
Caramel.
It's
fucking what?
baklava and it's pronounced phyllo. Damn it!
I knew
I was about to say, I was hung up
Yeah.
on you mispronouncing that word. I was just like, what is he trying to say?
No, that's fine. It was good enough. So I knew that's why I didn't give that one to John because I knew he was not only going to tell me that I was wrong, but he would have got it right.
He loves
See, I was
the
thinking
delicious
French
treats.
cuisine though.
No,
I
that's
thought
Greek.
I thought
It's
of baklava.
Greek.
I thought of
So-
baklava, but I definitely thought of some sort of French pastry.
So your favorite pastry is caramel.
pretty delicious.
Great
And it doesn't-
melted caramel
and
into my mouth.
it's carb free.
My favorite type of bread is chocolate.
Pure sugar is carb free.
Sugar
It's
is
not the same as sucrose.
sugar is a carb.
All right, Michael,
Oh,
it's
no.
your turn.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. So, your first question is: what is the loudest animal on Earth?
Parrots.
Parrots.
Oh no.
It's parrots.
No.
They could be if they wanted to. You don't know.
No, it's a sperm whale.
No, but if a parrot heard it, it
Yeah.
could mimic it.
Oh,
Yeah, totally.
oh God, yeah. Oh, maybe it can make it
But
worse.
no, it couldn't make it worse.
They're annoying.
You put them
though.
underwater.
Yes.
If you dunk a
Yes.
parrot
Well,
underwater, does
a
it
parrot
That
never
parrot keeps like making cracks at you.
Because a parrot never copies exactly what it hears. So if a parrot is copying a whale, it would be just a little bit softer.
Yeah, I'm a whale. I'm a whale.
Especially
Yes.
if you grab the parrot and you stick its head underwater for half an hour.
Yeah.
Well,
Then it
then
gets
super-
quiet.
it gets-
Super
It
quiet.
gets super quiet.
Oh,
It's
right.
on a Monty Python sketch.
Speaking of bird, question number 2: what is Twitter's bird's official name?
Twitter bird?
Its name is Twitter. I think you're just repeating the question, but you did say something. So
Yes, it's
no,
Twitter bird.
his name is Larry.
Oh, Larry,
Why would I know?
Larry
You're not-
Bird.
you're-
Larry
get
Bird.
it.
I would be-
It's a pun.
I would be upset if I knew that.
You're
I
not
don't get
supposed.
it.
These
Larry
ones,
Bird. He's a basketball player.
I would be upset if I knew that.
A lot of these are meant to be difficult.
Ooh.
He's a tall white guy.
Oh,
He is. He was a basketball player.
I should know that.
It makes sense now that you say it.
Yeah,
I'm
if
a tall
only
white
you-
guy. I should know that.
Hindsight.
You are a tall.
See, I knew it after John told me.
Yay!
Yay!
So, question number 3:
Uh-huh.
according to Greek mythology, who was the first woman on Earth?
Me.
Adam looked upon God's creation and said, "Oh God, what happened?"
It's like, hey, Adam, want some of this? Hey, let us procreate, eh?
I did. You know what? I'm learning more on these trivia than you guys are.
Oh
And that's when the human race died.
Yep.
All right.
That's why the flood came.
Yes. Had to wash
Didn't even have to
God
have
needed to wash
Moses
his
come
eyes
by.
out. He wanted the world to do it.
all right. So your last question here
Oh,
God.
no.
is: which name are the Sandwich Islands better known as?
Thousand Islands?
Sandwich. So you went with dressing.
Yes. That's actual islands.
Yeah, they are.
Reuben's Thousand Island dressing.
Yeah, they made the Reubens.
sandwich.
They
It
got-
worked.
you know, and then you get the sauerkraut waves coming in.
So I'm assuming I'm right, right?
No, it's Hawaii.
The Sandwich Islands?
Yeah.
What sandwich is it from Hawaii?
They're-
A poi sandwich.
I would say Guatemala
Eh.
because it sounds like guacamole.
Well,
even
do you
though
know
it's not
that-
an island.
That's
Who-
one island.
who gave them
yeah,
an
but
English?
it sounds like guacamole, so it could be a sandwich.
The English name probably came because English it came over there and then said, "This is what we're calling it now."
They gave us sandwiches.
Yeah, they
don't know.
came. They had
No.
it was the cruise ships.
Maybe.
Now, the Earl of Sandwich gave us sandwiches.
So he says. He was like, I
He
feel
lied,
like
though.
I feel like somebody in
It was just
history
worthless land that you
put
couldn't grow crops
something
on.
He
between
came before
bread
Hawaii.
before him.
Maybe, but those were called pies.
Mm,
Yes.
Pocket
What
pies.
is a
pierogi.
sandwich?
No,
Who's a
oh god,
pierogi?
no,
That's not one of the
Okay.
questions we're going to answer.
no.
here.
So
We're
that,
gonna
that was all the
answer this
questions.
question.
So I have no idea what you guys had for points, but that actually was fun. Like
Kyle won.
I think
No.
Kyle, if I had to take a guess, it was probably Kyle.
We
that
all
won.
tied on round
I
5.
ga-
Or we
I had
all
easy
tied in
questions.
round 3.
I had what are crayons made
Well,
out of? What was I supposed to
I
say?
gave,
Yes.
I gave
You got easy questions. Michael got easy
Yeah.
questions.
He's
you got
over
more
there.
easy questions right.
He's like over there asking John like difficult questions about the moon and stuff, and he's like, Kyle.
He got that one right though. Like
I don't get points for getting your
but, like,
questions
I,
right.
I straight up
You
would
only
have
got one
said
of
like, where is the whatever the sea of
See,
whatever is, and
I-
I would have said your mom.
It's like, Kyle, what is your favorite color?
Blue?
Correct, Kyle.
Michael, what is your favorite color? Blue. No, green. You got it wrong. Sorry, Michael.
No, not again.
No, when I did those questions, I went through all the questions and then I placed it under the person following their intellect. And so when I came to the question that was a medium difficulty for what is a crayon made of, I'm like, he's got a hat.
Yes.
What?
It's like I'm in the middle of pushing one up in my brain. I'm like, it's been a wax. And then you're like, yes, correct. I just finished pushing it up in my brain.
Actually, it was probably because I was trying to keep the question count balanced, and I was like,
Yeah.
that one's going to be under medium now.
But Kyle did win.
But no, that actually
nobody wins. in
Good
this game.
job, Kyle.
Nobody wins. in
You
this game.
did.
No, I have no idea.
He said Steamboat Willie for like 4 times.
I know.
No,
Hey,
I
I-
said Fran Drescher.
You did say Fran
I
Drescher.
could make a future rule if we ever do that again where you can't say the same thing twice, but then you're just going to get Steam Fran Drescher
Steamy friend.
but that's better.
or Boat Willie Steam.
Oh my.
So, but no, that was fun actually.
Willie.
So,
Bodie McSteamface.
so for the next section we have
Steamy Willy boat.
No, you don't want steamy
No.
Willy boat.
No.
That's lewd.
Oh no.
No, you guys, you're going too far.
No, that's
So-
like the thick Ever Given pictures.
no. When Johnny gets a thought, he has to finish it.
You don't like thick Ever Given?
Something.
Oh, okay, yeah, I do know what you're talking. That's the ship. They got stuck.
The boat.
Evergreen.
Are we shipping
That's
the
the
boat?
Evergiven.
Evergreen was the name of the company. Evergiven was the name of the ship.
Yeah, that was the thick boat.
I'm
that
sorry,
got
Kyle.
stuck.
I'm sorry, Kyle. It's the big
thick.
boat that's green.
It's a big boy.
Big Queen.
It's made of wax.
No.
All right. So the next section here,
Romeo Crayon.
we always end this with some audience questions. And thankfully, actually, I was a little late in asking the question on this. So it ended up being a few less, which is fine because normally there's way too many. So
Too
we're going to
many
pick them
and
out.
too long.
Some of these are going to be pretty quick because there weren't really questions. But Jules asks, do you soup?
Michael does.
I
don't.
actually do, to be honest.
I souped once, but it was horrible, and it stopped being soup after about 5 days.
Became
I have-
chowder?
Are we talking about like pooping?
Do
No,
you
no,
soup?
soup.
No,
I mean,
no,
like
no,
the soup
no.
I made, where it
Oh.
became like a congealed mass that we had to eat because
See-
it was there.
Thank you.
Okay. I have
I-
a question then. So we had Famous Dave's earlier because Kyle
yes.
graciously brought that in for us to eat
It's
beforehand.
pretty famous.
And the thing of beans, is that soup? It was literally just like a
Yes.
thing of meat and
Yes.
beans.
Yes, it
So
is
that
soup.
was soup.
I would call
It is
that
soup.
soup.
But we poured the soup.
I
next-
would not call it a stew because it didn't include an actual vegetable. It was only proteins and starches.
It's settled. Once you mixed it up, it stopped being a soup.
No.
Like baked beans. they're just soup.
Coleslaw is not a soup.
No,
Those beans were not a soup.
If you were
Those
to,
beans were a soup. If you were to take those beans, eat them up, put them in a bowl, that'd be
that's
soup.
a soup.
That's soup.
If you'd
Yeah.
have to add water,
There's already like it's already in like a sauce.
there
Well,
wasn't
like-
enough water for that to be soup.
Like I make vegetable soup, and at times I get to the point where there's not enough liquid to make it a full, to put all the way past all the vegetables that are inside the soup. So it's still soup, right? It's not just vegetable.
Is
With water.
is sauerkraut soup? It's not. That's something that you put on a plate and you eat with a fork.
But you
Well-
wick out the moisture.
You were
The-
eating.
what was that?
No,
What was
you
that
were
word?
eating
What was
this-
that word?
wick.
Oh,
Wick?
Like it sounded like you had
You
a
wick
wisp
it out.
going for a second.
Wick it out.
No, you were eating the
Whipped
solids in those beans.
Yeah, I don't. What? No,
you don't
kind
put
of.
a spoon in the beans and
No,
drink the bean
I
water.
put my cornbread in the water afterwards.
Yeah, you can sop up the bean juice, but you are not eating the
Mm.
bean juice with a spoon.
This is your
What do
coward.
you mean? You eat it with the beans.
You are eating the beans. It's like the coleslaw. You are eating the solids in that, and
No.
there's some liquid surrounding it.
No,
What
no, no.
are
You,
wait.
if you weren't a coward, you eat the bean
Well, like
juice.
the kraut, though, I
Yeah.
don't agree with.
Like,
Like
I eat it.
kraut is not soup because you do not drink kraut water. That you send that to your followers
Could you
and tell them
ima-
it's through
could-
plaid
could-
water.
Yes, yes. Kraut
That's
water.
what it is.
Could you imagine
No,
the damage
sauerkraut
that would
water.
happen to your intestinal system if you were to drink a bunch of sauerkraut water?
That'd be fine.
Normally I never fully
Well,
dry any of the sauerkraut we have because I feel like
Cabbage.
fully dried sauerkraut removes
No.
some of the best flavor.
That is incorrect sauerkraut. But
I
if you
don't
were
eat
to literally
sauerkraut.
take the kraut, take the cabbage out of the kraut water, like you would die if you drank that.
The
Oh.
one part of Germany that I do not accept is sauerkraut.
I love sauerkraut.
No, I love
What's wrong?
sauerkraut.
Yes, the worst thing that Germans have ever done.
No,
It's sauerkraut.
Yes.
No.
sauerkraut is one of those things where it's like there's certain things where I do
Specific.
not like it on its own, but with something it's great. Sauerkraut, if you were to just give me a bowl of sauerkraut, I don't care what you put on it in terms of seasoning, I will not eat it.
I'll eat
Do you
it.
know the reason why I just said what I
I
said?
grew up on that.
It's
stuff.
because the Germans have never apologized for sauerkraut.
I
Everything else, like colonialism, like what they did in the Congo, the 40s stuff, they've said sorry multiple times, but sauerkraut, they are unapologetic.
love sauerkraut.
No, I
I will
love
eat
sauerkraut.
I do too,
bowls
actually.
of just sauerkraut. if you-
You're the only one here who's wrong.
We eat
Yeah.
sauerkraut like probably at least once a week.
There's
if
at
not
least
more.
3 cans downstairs. I'm fairly
Yeah, we
certain.
keep a bunch
Mm.
because you can just pick that and like sausage in the fridge, and you can just
Oh.
make anything out of it. It's pretty damn good stuff. Anyway, okay, that question went for a while, so we'll skip over that one. Jurassic asks
Oh, boy.
if you would have any Monster Hunter monster as a pet, which would it be?
The dog that you can ride.
He's not a
But
monster.
that is just kind of a dog. I mean, it's a cute dog.
Well, are we talking just the Monster Hunter or the ones where you can ride anything?
Well, it says any Monster Hunter monster as a pet.
Okay.
A
So
high
you-
fiver, bro.
High five.
He's a monster. A
He's the
monster.
best pet.
No
He eats
human
so
eats that
much.
much.
No human eats that much. He's a monster.
Oh no, I'll kind of go with that. But
Ah.
no, and like normally, I think most people would think for me it'd be like it's Rathalos. Nah, I don't think it would just default to Rathalos.
Cool. Big chicken.
Big
no,
chicken.
Big chicken throws rocks.
Well, it's very
Steals your
simple.
His big chicken throws rocks.
Oh,
No
what?
other monster throws rocks. He's smart chicken.
He is smart chicken.
I want to say the lightning squirrel.
Yeah, that's Tobakadashi.
Tobakadashi.
What's
yes.
that big puffy
Toby.
bat thing?
Oh, Paul.
Oh, that would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
too.
I can't remember his name.
It's
You're
Paul,
like,
One
what's
with,
the
wait,
big
the one with
puffy
the
bat
googly
thing?
eyes?
No. It's the one that
The
looks
one-
like a cute bat, but it inflates its neck
It's
into
been
large
it's
proportions.
it's been too long since
Wait,
we
It's
played.
been, we haven't played in years.
Has
No,
anyone
not
said
years,
ban-
listen,
It's-
Is anyone
more
going to
than a
pick
year.
Banbaro?
Mm.
Moose.
the Banbaro is actually a
Moose.
fan favorite.
Banbaro is
Banbaro.
Oh,
Giant
Banbaro.
monsters crushing hunters.
Yeah, if I had to probably take a Toby, like I almost Rathian, I think would almost be interesting because at least in my head, I always have Rathian as a dog, and it'd just be kind of like fun to just like throw a stick and be like, "Go get it now," and like bark, bark. And,
Yeah.
No, but it cries a lot when you hit it.
Yes.
but like
That's why you
I
don't
was so upset
beat.
with
You
that.
don't want to beat your pet.
We were
Yes.
hitting it, and all it made was sad dog noises, and I literally died
what,
inside.
what was the name? What was the name of like that big baddie in World? Like the volcano one that was like the super elder dragon.
Oh, the super.
like the big
Super
one.
Like the one that
Dragon?
covered itself in stone and stuff.
Yeah, that
I,
you're like on his back and stuff.
I just remember calling that
No.
thing a pain in the butt.
Bossbuster.
Sure, I'll
That's
go with
pain
that
in the
one.
I still
That
think
one-
Nergigante would make a nice pet. It's pretty spiky.
The kid, he's very angry too, and you're like,
He's
"Who's so
so
adorable,
cute.
you angry?"
I just want the big puffy
He's
bat.
a lot larger than you are, but
And when
he's
you're-
so cute.
And when your neighbor angers you, not a
Send-
problem anymore.
Just send Diablos over.
Yeah, but
Di-
cool
Diablo-
little cool.
Diablos I wouldn't want.
Like, three of your
fluff.
neighbors have been eaten this week. Do you know anything about it? No. You just have this giant monster in the backyard.
Now I'm just imagining the chicken hiding behind me, just throws the rock.
Takes out the
hits itself with the rock and is like, I'm knocked out. No problem.
Kudliaku is just bombed itself.
So
takes out the service worker.
So Drazik did ask another question, and it was a follow up from
boy.
last
Oh.
stream because you made fun of him.
Oh,
Does corn like corn?
no.
Wait,
It's bug
wait,
right.
are we talking
Does
the
corn
vegetable,
like corn?
the vegetable,
It's not right.
or the or the
I think
the
the
dark
band,
god
He-
from?
I think as
wait,
long
the band,
the band
the
corn.
vegetable,
Do they
or
like-
the Warhammer?
Okay,
no, it says CORN.
He did
so
spell it
corn.
C. So
Okay.
he popped into the voice chat yesterday. I was in there for a little while, and he says, "Can you put up the request for the questions because I have one ready?" And that was basically what he was ready for because he was like,
so
Wait, does
calling us out.
KORN like CORN?
no, it's
It's
CHORNE is corn.
Okay.
So I would say that if the CORN was dry enough, it would instill enough anger and hatred in the corn to make corn angry.
He'd make popcorn.
No,
I like popcorn.
if it's drier than popcorn dry. Like you start the popcorn and you're like, "There's gonna be a great ball of popcorn,"
Oh, and then they
all
don't
of it
pop.
burns.
They don't
and all
pop.
Of it and all of it burns because all the water's gone.
they don't even pop; they just stay as rocks.
Yeah, they were just rocks to begin
There's
with.
burnt seeds.
Like I've made
Burnt
popcorn.
seeds.
Turned out it was pebbles, but
It's just pop.
it was just
Mm.
it was just a little bit of
you,
rocks.
you just threw Coke and actual corn in there together, like it's popcorn.
No,
Um,
I'm just
oh.
imagining
That's
one
what
of
made
the
me angry
dark
about
gods just ooh.
you just put
it. God damn you vegetables.
So the next question is I actually cannot pronounce the name because it's a bunch of Russian characters, but it says if coffee was an acronym, then what would it stand for? That's a long one.
Is it an
can
acronym?
often feel friendly, epicness.
Ooh.
Yeah.
He actually finished it, so I got to give him credit for that.
Caffeine often feels fairly extra energetic.
There
Ooh,
you go.
that's not bad. That's like that's a 7 out of 10. That one's pretty good.
Yeah, there was two. I don't need to one.
Yeah.
And Kyle gives up. Next question.
Mine is
Cows.
Ko-o-f-f-e.
Kofefe?
Kofeve.
Yeah, that's
That's my answer. It's Kofeve.
It's like
okay. So Buspone asks, why does corn have to be so corny? I'm guessing that's a follow up.
No. Again, I'm asking, what's the spelling?
It's cease.
Okay, so it's the vegetable.
It's the vegetable.
Yes.
Well, I mean, unless there's some other corn I don't know.
because beans couldn't live up to the corny standard that corn created.
Because corn in Old English refers to just the germ of any kind of a grain, so like the wheat, the individual seed,
Mhm.
and a corn kernel or corn cob has so many of those different stocks, and Argo's just given up and is taking a drink.
I like my answer better.
I needed a drink. My palate had been 30
The-
seconds without.
The Cornate Legion would be very upset with all of these things.
Okay, so I'll skip a couple of those. Oh, so Alex actually asked a decent question here. How did you all guys meet?
Phony.
I think that's
Pretty
the most
much.
generic question.
That's the general term.
I wouldn't be.
Yeah.
I know Kyle specifically, and
Just
Michael
Kyle.
specifically. I don't remember John.
So
John
I
showed up one day.
I've got a slightly
just-
interesting story.
all of
Okay.
a sudden, you just look, like all of a sudden, you look over. It's like,
Where did-
John.
It's like
What are you doing here?
It's like Rick
You
and
just look over, like,
Wait a
it's Rick and Morty.
Who are you?
It's Rick and Morty where they're like, wait, you're not
Who
in
are
my
you?
memories.
So, slightly interesting story, and this gets back into the I'm highfalutin and parents are worried about me and care about my well-being.
Well, beering.
Yeah, well-being. But my parents thought I was depressed, so they said, "Do you want to go to therapy?" And I'm up for anything once, so I said, "Sure." Yeah.
Well, there's some different
Why the
questions.
No.
fuck not?
Yeah, and the end result was, yeah, you're not depressed. You're not depressed.
Not repressed.
You might
You're
be
not-
repressed.
You might be a little repressed, but
But it was so. Are you happy with your life? Yeah, it's fine. Well, you could get it better if you expanded your social life. So, what are you doing? Well, I've heard this thing about the bronies, and I might go to a thing to meet people. And the one session that I had, they said, yeah, you should do that. Meet people. And I'm not sure if Kyle was a moderator at that point, but
I was. I always was.
yeah, but I tried going 3 different times, and I always got the timing wrong, so there was no one there. But the third time, I saw people, and you were some of
Nice.
those people.
I cannot.
Well, Michael wasn't one of those.
I cannot.
No, I wasn't
I
one of
can
those
legitimately not imagine you being like ungregarious.
I
Like that doesn't make sense to me.
I met this
Eh.
one way before I realized any of you were existing.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's because you saw him on the internet first.
no, I saw him on the internet first, but we first met at BronyCon like
2015.
2015.
Yeah, it was when I
Yeah.
remember that because that was like the Remembrance Con.
Yeah.
And so I have a lot of memories on that one.
Yeah.
You have a lot of
Have you
remembrances.
ever had somebody tell you the story of when you guys first met and you met them way before that, but they forgot?
Mm-mm.
No,
Because I've had.
no, because
That was
I showed up to the Mall of America, and 2 people were, well, a bunch of people were there, and the people I talked to were Argo, Kyle, Mitch, and Giz.
Well, the one person is my coworker now, Draft. Nobody knows him.
Yeah.
But he constantly tells the story. The first time we hung out, and I'm like, we met way before that, but you just keep on keeping on.
Well, no,
Yeah.
and so back then he was in a position where you're meeting a lot of people,
yeah.
and so and I've been in that position too, where I've had it where I've been to a convention and I just you talk with so many people, and then like 2 years later, somebody's like, "Yeah, I talked to you," blah blah blah. I
No
cannot
idea.
remember because all you're doing at that moment is you're putting on a smile and you're trying to make them happy, but there is no possible way my brain can keep track of everybody.
Yeah.
So I have to, within a day or two, I kind of just like it's all just kind of fades away because I have to move on from it. And it's impossible.
I mean, the
So I
first
understand
time,
him.
the first time I think me and you actually hung out was online.
That was like last week.
Yeah, last week.
Mm-hmm.
And I was the first time I remember hanging out with you online was I was super, super drunk. Like super drunk.
like last night.
Yeah, like last night.
On our
And,
gaming stream.
I had started playing Legends of Equestria. And I was like, so I'm playing it by myself, but I'm
I
friends with you
remember.
online.
I remember that because you were with my sister and they were saying
Yeah.
like you were doing some weird shit.
No, I was so drunk.
You were
I was
extra drunk.
beyond drunk.
No, I remember
And
that.
I'm like, normally I would have not talked to you because you're like intimidating and horse famous and stuff.
I'm intimidating, yeah.
But
Yeah, definitely.
but I was super
No.
drunk and did not care. And I was like, hey, you want to hang out in this video game? And you were like, yes. Yeah, you are.
He's horse famous.
Yeah,
He's
it's-
I would
famous.
agree
It's
with that.
intimidating.
He's a ginger and he has a beard. He's intimidating.
Yeah, it scares me.
Sure.
It's like
Okay.
I
He's
know,
like
but-
groundskeeper Willie.
for me, like I remember at least the first time I remember that now when you
Yeah.
mention it. I didn't really think that was you, but now I remember that. But otherwise, it was 2015. I remember you being dressed as black. I was gonna say
Big Mac.
blackjack, but it's Big Mac.
Big Mac.
I was like thinking Applejack, but that would make no sense.
That was my sister.
Kyle, I remember you. Levi introduced you and me
It's very possible
because it was like I think we were talking randomly, but I'm normally not one to talk about myself. And then
Mhm.
he introduced me as like the person online, and then you're like, blah blah blah, blah. And I don't remember that moment. I don't remember why, but I remember that moment.
Well, I really don't remember it either, or I don't remember it because we had so many like quote unquote horse famous people come into the group
Mhm.
in Minnesota. It was like, oh, you do that stuff, oh, you do that stuff, you do that stuff, and it was so early in the fandom that nobody was like super big. Like you didn't have
No,
like a million followers.
well, I
yet.
joined that group when you were on hiatus.
Yeah.
And so
very possible,
there was
yeah.
a gap there. So then you came back and it was like, oh, here's the admin. And it's like, wow, that guy's tall and he has a hat. So
Well, I
it's
think
never
that-
changed.
That early group even had like furry famous people. Like I think
Yeah,
Tim
Yeah.
Kangaroo.
we managed to get rid of those people.
yeah,
Yeah.
there was some people that were not people I would want to normally hang out with. And thankfully,
No.
almost all of them have left.
We-
John, you were literally
we
an
whittled
enigma in
them
my
down.
mind. I cannot remember the first time we ever met.
I just showed up.
I know, like I cannot
Bernie
think.
Weeks.
I will legitimately say that the first time I ever recognized your existence was probably a time that I don't
No,
remember.
the way that I meet people is I just show up and then I keep doing that until we know each other.
I think that your mustache,
Sounds like
is just-
Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah.
your mustache like hooks us. And then we're just
it
in
lures
there.
us in. It's like we must know more. Why has he done this to his face?
Old fandom is memories.
Habit,
That's
I
about it.
guess.
No,
Yes.
old fam was where we met people, but then you learn who your friends are over time.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
So
Yep.
Is he
Um,
trying to challenge me to a race around the world?
Indeed.
70
Always.
days. Always.
like he'd just randomly walk into the grocery store and like somebody would just look at him and go and just run out the door and they're on their way.
you just see him taking off from like the Target parking lot
In a balloon.
in a hot air balloon. You're like, I have the head start. You'll never catch up now.
I don't have my Zeppelin with me.
It's like,
but
you-
give me an
And
out.
they're like, you bought ice cream. It's gonna melt before you get home.
Quick to the gyrocopter.
If I was ever to get a dog, it would be Mugly.
Oh
Yes.
yes.
I need
You'd
a
have
dog
to. You'd
that
have to.
that can just have that Wait, Michael. Yes.
All right. So
Oh, good.
next question. Sir Edward asks, favorite pastries? I feel like John's got one, but it's probably a hard
I'm
choice.
just thinking about cakes now.
Yeah, I
So-
thought of tiramisu, but that's not a pastry.
So mine
Kind of is.
mine is very basic, and I know I've been kind of made fun of it. I love scones.
Scones are
I
good.
I feel like scone. I love contrast and scones. A good scone is a very crunchy outside and a very gooey inside, and it's just super fun to get one pastry and you get like two experiences in it at once.
If I had to narrow it down to one, it would be an eclair. Just a cold eclair.
What are
Actually-
those pastries with like the cream in the center?
You know, I
Those
was gonna say that.
So
ca-
cannoli or an
cannoli.
eclair?
I was gonna say
the
cannoli.
eclair is
When
the
we-
soft one with the chocolate.
It's
on
not
the
just
top.
cannoli. When we were in San Francisco
I meant my.
and we went to that one place that was just this
the
little
hole in the wall cannoli place, basically.
that was like they made it right there, and it was like, was it $5 or something?
it was
like that?
$5 for one cannoli, and they fresh squeezed an orange in front of your eyes
Wait, is that the
to
Mall of
make the
America
fresh.
No,
No,
this is in San
No,
Francisco.
no, it's San Francisco.
We walked through Chinatown, and we ended up getting out of Chinatown to
Yep.
this like hole in the wall place by recommendation of
Why
Sky.
is China
Yeah,
making
of Sky.
No, it was-
Yeah,
We just got out of
Sky.
okay.
Sky
China.
knew San Fran better than anybody
Yeah.
we had in our group.
and that was a fantastic cannoli.
I don't think I've ever had a dessert quite.
I
that
would have
good.
paid probably 3 times
Oh,
more
yeah.
than that for
Oh,
that
yeah.
cannoli. I mean, I would if that would have started at the menu, I
Mhm.
wouldn't have ordered it. But if I knew what that was just. I mean, it was also we were walking all day and we were kind of like tired and whatever.
But like the flavors, they melded the cream.
It was a
the
balance.
cannoli cream, which is not just cannoli cream; it's also like other mix-ins. It's
But to me,
oh my
like
goodness.
saying your favorite pastry is the thing that is when at its best is your favorite is not the same. To me, a bad scone is still a good scone.
I would say cannoli.
Yeah, no, a good cannoli. I can agree with you at that. Did you have one, John, or did you say?
Eclair.
Is it
Okay,
eclair?
I said
okay.
eclair, and then you
That's
said,
a good-
"Oh yeah."
Yeah, you know what? Sorry, I wasn't looking at you, and that doesn't count. So,
My answer doesn't count.
I'm not going to ask that question because I know what Kyle's going to do. Who can scream louder? But we're not going to do that because my neighbor's going to kill me.
Oh,
We
no,
did
you
actually a
scream.
test on that. One of the priests, I'm like, Kyle, I want to test how this sound blanket works. I'm like, just make a loud noise, and he delivered.
The
Oh,
answer to that
I-
question is Kyle.
Yeah,
I
so we're gonna go
physically
with
restrain
Kyle.
myself because I have a very deep voice
Um,
and it's very easy to get very loud.
So-
it carries.
Actually,
It does.
at
It's through
that,
everything.
so actually,
Congratulations,
okay.
you're back.
So
I never left.
there was a couple other
Took a while.
questions here, but some of them were actually kind of slightly repeats of one we've done before. But there was one question since Michael was gone. Now that
Yes.
you're back, I'm
Never
just going to
left.
ask
I know what we're talking about.
because and actually I want to go back to the one thing before the end that we always wanted to do. What would Michael do if Derpy didn't exist?
Rainbow Dash would be my second pick.
Oh,
wow,
I
you're-
was gonna say you would die, but that's
Well,
that's
you're
useless.
literally you're gonna throw her to the
Wait.
side that quick.
She
No, the-
exists, so it's fine.
Now the question is,
Like-
if she ceased to exist, or if
Oh,
she had
no, she
never
didn't exist.
No,
Exists.
actually, yeah, that is a big differential. Yeah,
Because like the Thanos snap is different from.
yeah. So
If you had no memory,
if there
Derpy,
was no Derpy that ever existed, it'd be Rainbow Dash.
Well, I know she existed.
No, you don't know.
If you
It'd be Rainbow Dash.
never
she
existed.
would be like waifu number 2.
Okay, but we're saying if she never existed, it'd be Rainbow Dash.
Yes.
Okay, but if she was snapped,
Then I would remember her, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
And then it would still be Derpy.
But she's dead.
She's gone.
She was not.
There were never.
There's no
all
fan art.
Fan art can never exist anymore. She
Your
will never-
dockies they're now pillows. Your dockies are just pillows now.
No.
Thanos snapped a pillow.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
my pillow.
Thanos snapped, and half the dockies in the world just transformed into regular pillows.
The monster.
No, half of the plush is just it's just feathers now.
No.
I've just got
worse.
a pile of feathers sitting on your bed.
Like, we can live without half the world's population, but our donkeys. Not our donkeys.
All right. So, nonetheless, I wanted to end on a Michael note. So, thank you all.
With the death of Derpy.
Thank you all for another episode.
Yes.
Episode of whatever the hell it is that we do.
Mhm.
Thank you for hanging out. Like actually Kyle mentioned before, we actually do game stream every Sunday.
We do.
So if you want to check that out, we actually be Dead from Daylight actually it was yesterday.
Yes.
And that was fantastic time. Like
I want to play more of that
I
than I have.
kind of really.
Yes.
Did I?
I
Well,
played
when?
another half
You've
hour
been here
after
today.
we stopped.
You
You
have
fell
been
asleep.
I
You
did
fell
fall
asleep.
Oh,
asleep.
you're going to get all pro on us and we're
Yes,
going to
you played Idle Heroes.
No,
you
that's-
fell asleep, and
Yeah.
I
like
played
a normal
more.
person.
I worked on stuff, excuse you, but no, but we do.
I
do
made
game.
a door open this week, last weekend.
Yeah, we did Valheim before. We have some fun with that.
And you better
Yeah.
believe we're just equal idiots playing video games as we are.
No, we're more
right
idiots.
here.
So
Yeah.
actually, maybe not so much. This is kind of extreme. So, anyways, thanks for hanging out with us. I do want to kind of go back to a tradition that I at least started on episode 1 and then forgot about afterwards, where I wanted to give Michael the last word on everything. So, Michael, can you give us a last word today?
Pickles are your friends.
Why, when I ask for one word, do you give multiple?
You
I
couldn't.
said last word.
Why did you have to talk? You were supposed to give him the last word.
Hippopotamus.
There you
Okay,
go.
okay.
No,
Wait,
now
then it's not the
Kyle
last
ruined
word.
it again.
If you talk after, it's
No.
not the last
Ar-
word.
Argo, you've got to stop it after he gives
I'm
the
sorry,
last
try
word.
again.
No,
Try
I'm
again.
gonna
I'm
go-
sidetracking.
It doesn't make fun of him as much,
No.
but don't stop it then.
New last word. Revenge.